Good to be back.
Okay, we will continue the October 22nd, 2020 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. And the only thing left is executive session. Jennifer? No? Oh, no.
We are on page 689.
Okay, that's right. We do have some activity. I'm sorry.
Resolution
Continue.
number 20-942, in the matter of ratifying the plans, specifications, estimates of costs, boundaries of the assessment districts, and tentative assessments for and proceeding with the sanitary sewer improvements for River By State Subdivision and condos at River By, and authorizing approval and execution of a cooperative agreement with the City of Delaware and the Delaware County Finance Authority.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mike Fromer, County Administrator. This is just the next step in the journey of this project, where we would be able to execute a cooperative agreement between the parties to move the project towards construction next year.
The only comment I have, it has been a journey. It has been a fairly lengthy process from day one to where we are, and I think as a commissioner, and I think all commissioners, we support this, and are glad to see it moving forward, and look forward to getting to the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this has been a long and winding road, but it looks like we're finally nearing resolution and providing the sewer work that needs to be done. So I'm very glad that we can help this community, which was really in a tough spot. So glad that we could work this out. So we'll take a vote.
Vote on motion 20-942. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
That brings us to administrator reports.
Thanks, Commissioners. Mike Fromer, County Administrator. Something I wanted to talk a little bit about today, and it was in response to some questions you all had of me, was to look at some ways and look at other programs out there to where we could provide some COVID relief for our community. Some of the, so as we went down this path, we took a look at what some of the other peer counties are doing, cities, things across the country, and also looking at the impact to our community, how it specifically has impacted that. The areas that we identified, are our small businesses and very service-oriented businesses have been tremendously impacted. Also, our human and social services, particularly our nonprofits, their programming that they do on a daily basis to help generate funds to be able to provide the services have been impacted. Also, the residents, providing some relief to residents. We participated with the Pathways program with United Way, and they were able to spend all the amount of money to helping residents that were facing housing crisis, utility, food shortage, things of that nature. So we, in working through that, and we also feel that there's some unique community assets out there that have also been impacted as well. They're more of particular to the Delaware County community, whether it be an arts organization, the theater, just different ones in the ecological center, ones that make our community very unique and important. So as we've done that, we, as a staff, we would recommend consideration of some programs to provide COVID relief, and the amounts that we would recommend for your guys' consideration is $2 million for a small business service-oriented program for business grants. That would supplement the revolving loan fund that you guys, I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the discussion. We took an immediate action when all this happened to establish the revolving loan fund with $2.5 million. So this would be a smaller grant program that would help the businesses, particularly the service industry ones that have taken a sustained impact. Also, the community enhancement program that you guys do on a yearly basis, A lot of the organizations that fall in the social service nonprofit organizations, as well as the community, unique community assets, have participated in that program. The funding is typically about $150,000. We're recommending that that be increased to $1 million for that program. Also, the resident relief, continuing our participation with the United Way program, the Pathways program, to get down to the individual residents. And also, in talking with Bob Lamb, as we talked about the small business grant program that could be layered in with the revolving loan fund, we also identified that a lot of the business advocacy groups are struggling with, revenue and being able to do new programming, which would be Chambers of Commerce, Main Street, CVB, our Convention and Visitor Bureau, and also the business associations. I know some of the townships have very active business associations. So that's kind of from our research where we've, would recommend to you all that we keep, focus our efforts and moving forward, so.
Sure. I mean, I just think I really hope that we move ahead on this because it's so vital to our many people are still hurting out there, be it a business that is struggling and working really hard to survive, and families that are working very hard to pay the rent and the mortgage. And I mean, I like the way you presented it as far as there's such a wide swath of programs that can each fill particular needs. And so I strongly support this.
You can come in. But no, she can't. Wait, we're at 10. Okay, Commissioner Merrill.
The only thing I would add to what Commissioner Miller said is it's all in the process, how you identify these groups, and that's going to be critical in the process, and so look forward to seeing that in more detail.
Yeah, our plan, after today of getting your guys's, input on moving forward, we'll develop the details of the program. The programs, as you can see, it's going to be multiple. We're going to utilize some of our existing programs and expand those to do that. And we'll be back to you guys for any legislation and other things that are needed to implement those plans.
Yeah, I want to compliment you, Mike, and leading through this. Bob Lamb's been instrumental in getting this done. Jane, there's a whole bunch of people that have worked on this. I know we've worked well with the townships, the chambers, the business associations, the CVB, the nonprofits, the agencies, the residential service organizations, United Way, and some of the others, to make this happen. And we have some funding available, and we're able to learn from others that have already been down this road because they got their funding earlier. And I think we've put together a really responsive plan that will address the business needs, the agency needs, the nonprofit needs, the residents' needs, and invest significant dollars in all those areas. And we've got a process in place, communication plan ready to go, and we'll make quick decisions because this is going to be very quick. It will need to be done quickly. So I think, again, it's just really nice effort on so many people's parts to make this happen. City of Delaware, I know, we've been working with them. I mean, there's just a lot of people that have pulled together to help the community and those who most need it. Again, the businesses, residents, and organizations that most need it. So you're not asking for a resolution at this point, but you're going to finalize that.
Just support for the idea, and then we'll move forward
Sure.
with the program implementation. So.
Okay. I know we've all spent a lot of time on this, and again, thanks to everyone for doing this. This will really mean a lot to our community to help get through hopefully the last stages of this pandemic. So, okay. With that, any further comments on
I'm good.
Jane,
No, I
anything?
think,
Bob, any comments? Okay. Okay, we'll move on then to executive session. That's what's next.
Unless you want anything for commissioner comments.
in the
Commissioner
spirit
comments,
of
yes.
time, I have nothing, I will add nothing today.
Okay.
Uh-oh, he's looking.
I did have, one other thing I did want to mention, a couple other things. The Liberty Township Economic Development Agreement that we just signed with Liberty Township, I think that another one of those building blocks that we've done to partner with Liberty Township to help them in their economic development efforts. And Bob Lamb announced that earlier this week. If you want to just remark on that.
Bob Lamb, Economic Development Director. On Monday, we did have the township approve the agreement between the DCFA Economic Development Office and Liberty Township. We'll be working with them on comp plan review, development standards, as well as facility management issues. I think it's a really exciting opportunity for us to work hand in hand with them to better position Liberty Township to meet some of the growing demands that will be coming forward over the next decade.
How many others do you have agreements with now? Orange?
Orange Township, Berkshire Township, and then we have the MOU agreement with Berlin.
Okay. See, again, that's how the
Yeah,
county
it
can do
is.
so much better by
Yeah.
leveraging our economic development
Right.
expertise and working together on projects and bringing in more commercial development, which just benefits everybody, so.
It's really been a great partnership with the DCFA and being able to use those resources in conjunction with the Economic Development Office to help these communities.
It's great, good to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
I did also want to mention that yesterday we had our land bank meeting, and the historic jail is being transferred to the land bank, and that deed will be filed quickly, I assume, Eric, next couple days, something like that. So. Okay, but presumably it'll be recorded very soon, at which point the land bank will hire a broker to market the property. And I just wanted to put the word out that we'll be marketing the historic jail property very soon, and would encourage those who are interested to work with the land bank's broker that we should have identified by November 18th, our next meeting, and we'll go forward with putting that property back in private sector hands.
Our next land bank meeting is 18th of November.
November
which is
18th.
hopefully with the day we'll be able to identify.
Yeah, that's the plan. So again, a lot of people have been waiting for that, and we finally got it to the point where we should be able to market that in the very near future, and do something positive with that property.
Great.
For everybody. So that's it. I didn't have anything else.
No, I'll defer.
Okay. With that, we will go into executive session.
Resolution number 20-943, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of employment and compensation of a public employee or public official and for pending or imminent litigation.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote?
Vote on motion 20-943. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye. All right. We're now in executive session. Just me.
Okay.
Resolution number 20-944, in the matter of returning out of executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote?
Vote on motion 20-944. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Aye.
I just want to make a comment. We've had a number of these ditch petitions and the petition on the road this morning. I just want to compliment Sarah on how well she handles and keeps it moving. You did a nice job this morning. You've done a nice job in the other mornings, so thank you very much for your professionalism.
Yes.
Yep.
She
Agreed.
did, she does.
We've improved it dramatically.
Oh,
Well, not that-
yes.
Not the first one was bad, but it is going very smoothly now.
I've just been real thankful that you've been doing them.
Your turn will come.
I mean, I think that we get back to normal.
Yeah, right, that's right, yeah.
Okay, with that, we are adjourned. There we go.
All right. Make it official. Golly.